Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of Building Tython from the Mandalorian and Lego. I'm super excited to be back and uploading more progress on this awesome mock because it's moving along very nicely. If you haven't seen my episode 1 on building Tython, so you can see the progress, definitely be sure to go check that out. And you can always click my channel icon, go to playlist, and you'll see all of my set reviews and mock reviews and my mock series, including my building Tython series, which is a fairly new one, and you can check out this video as well as the couple ones before it and future building Tython episodes to come. Before we get into it, I do want to say please subscribe, drop a like if you have not. And in today's episode, I'm hoping to actually get some work done. And we're going to be talking more about what today's episode is really going to be about. As you can tell from the title so far, we're going to be mainly working on the pillars, which I'll show you once we actually get over to the mock. As I said, please subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. And if you're watching my content and are not subscribed, I do encourage you to do so because it would help the channel a lot. And at the time of the recording of this video, the finale of The Mandalorian, or episode 8 of season 2, has not come out yet, but by the time of the uploading of this video, hopefully I will already have seen it and it will already be out. And that's pretty much all I want to say. Without further ado, let's head over to the mock. All right, everyone, so we're over here at Tython right now. It is a bit of a mess because I have been working on it a lot. Now, again, if you haven't seen episode 1, I do suggest that you go back and watch it so you can kind of see how much I've actually done on this particular mock. Now, there isn't too much noticeable progress, and the reason for that I will get to in a minute, but I just want to give you an overall view of what it looks like so far. But without further ado, let's get down into some of the changes. So first of all, I have completed what I want for the actual base of the mock from the last episode. I believe I only had it built up to here, but I have completed it all the way to the edge of the mock. Now, my original blueprints, or the layout that I have taped out on the wall over there, is no longer accurate to what I want to do, sadly. And the reason for that, and also the reason, as I said earlier, on why I haven't gotten too much progress done, is because in the process of making this barrier, if you will, I hit a sad speed bump, or error, if you will. And that is kind of on me because I probably could have predicted this if I had really thought it through. But my original plan, if you remember from episode 1, was to have this whole mock on a decline, if you will. Just give you a better view there. As I said, I did want to have this entire mock on a decline by 1 brick. So I had built up 4 bricks here. I was going to drop it to 3 bricks for a little bit, drop it to 2 bricks, drop it to 1 brick, and then drop it down all the way to the base plate. The problem with that is if I do that, there's going to be a gap. For instance, if I have 4 blocks and then 3 blocks and I have these plates on top, there's going to be a gap between the plate on the wall that's 3 blocks and a gap between the plate that's on top of the wall with 4 blocks. I know that sounds kind of confusing, excuse me. And it is kind of confusing, but I am trying to describe it the best I can. So that was the reason why I decided to drop it by a plate. So the difference between this one, let me zoom in for you. Now the difference between these two segments, if you will, is only about a plate difference. So this is just built up on 4 blocks this section is built up on 4 blocks. So this, as I said, this segment of the wall all the way to the corner there is 4 blocks. And then this is 3 blocks on top of 2 plates. So 2 plates just like these connected together and then 3 blocks high. So the only difference is a plate. Then we get down to where this is, which is 3 blocks and only 1 plate. Get down to here, which is 2 blocks and 3 plates. 2 blocks and 2 plates, 2 blocks, 1 plate, just 2 blocks, and then just 1 block high, or 1 brick high, if you will. Now, I know that was kind of confusing, but that was still going to be a little bit of a decline since we go from 4 bricks high all the way down to only 1 brick high. It doesn't look like it right now, but once I have the actual plates on, it's going to look much better. And yeah, so that's really all the changes after I hit that speed bump, but I'm glad that I got over that error. And it was kind of, as I said at the beginning, an error on my part since I had not personally really tested it out until, when I was actually started to build. Now, hopefully what I'm hoping to get done in this episode is this portion of my original mock is just here for now. So that's probably going to get moved out of the way. But as I said, what I'm hoping to get done in this particular video, which should be very easy, is I just want to complete the barrier going all the way to that corner over there with just some blocks so I can get this completely squared off. And then that will kind of be, you know, the work, if you will, for this video. But as this video is mainly about, which are the pillars, if you will, is what I titled this particular episode, which was actually something I forgot to get into in the last episode since there was a lot to talk about. It was a very long episode just introducing you to the whole MOC itself. But if we go on over to here, this is some more changes that I have made as I have brought these plates out a little bit more. So you can see I still have a lot of the clear support beams, if you will, and this is very sturdy, as I said in my first episode. Because the last thing you want to do is be pressing down and building on top of this, and this just starts caving in. So I've put a lot of support beams. I don't know if you can really see. Trying to get you the best angle in there to support this all up. But another big change is I've got Grogu on the Seeing Stone, and I've textured all around him to kind of place him in the spot that I want him to. I'm not sure if that's his temporary spot, but I do want him to be up on the higher portion of the MOC since he was up on a hill. And off to the side here, I'm just looking at referencing some pictures on my phone over there. Make it brighter for you, of the pillars of Tython. This was taken from the actual episode. So that's what I'm trying to recreate for this portion of it. So I'm just have my phone over there for reference. And so this is what I came up with. I know it does look very odd, but I'm hoping to actually replace these black slopes, if you will, these black slanted plates with actual black, actual tan plates. But since I only had the plates that I wanted in black, I had to cover over it with tan. I know it does look a little funky, but I think it'll do for now. You can't really see it in the picture. You can see it in this one, but you can see you have the larger pillar or the larger rock supported by a smaller rock. And so that's what I have over here. Trying to be as accurate as possible, so it's going to look something like this when it's completely set up. So you're going to have that smaller portion holding up the larger portion like that, similar to what you see here surrounding Grogu. So like I said, I don't know if that's his final place because I'm going to have 6 of these, and I have them, all 6 of them, in a cup over here. And so I do want to complete these because you can see I've already started some of the other 5 because I only have a second one that's actually completely complete. So in this episode, as I said, I'm going to get to work on squaring that off, and I'm going to try and finish up those pillars. I did kind of want to actually get to placing the pillars in this particular episode. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get to that since this video is already kind of long, but without further ado, let's get her done. Alright guys, so I've completed squaring it off. So I have all the bricks surrounding it that I want to. Now as far as the actual backsplash is going to go, I'm not going to have any stone behind there because as you can see off to the corner in there, I'm just going to be supporting it with these clear bricks just to save as much solid gray and dark gray bricks as I can for maybe some rock work on the planet or the actual terrain of Tython itself. Now we're going to be moving on to the pillars over here. Funny thing to point out, my new screensaver right there. Boba's new armor. Spoiler alert if you have not seen the newer episode. Episode 7. Alright, like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to actually get to actually placing the pillars around him, but I do actually want to get to finishing them, so let me go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys. So the pillars are completely done. Got all 6, as well as their smaller rocks or pillars, if you will, to support them. Now I'm hoping to actually put them on hinges because I don't want to just have them leaning up against each other because any smallest movement on this MOC, they'll all collapse. So I don't think I'm going to get to placing them in this video, sadly, because it'll probably take a little bit more planning, but I'll have something for you in the 3rd episode, so that's good. Aside from that, that's pretty much all for this episode because I'm very tired. I've been working on this a lot. Again, I just am uploading this video after finally fixing this dilemma, so I've been working on it a lot, even though it doesn't look like I did a lot. These plates are all ready to, continue this, and then we'll start the decline. But they'll be You won't see any of these base plates or any of this other stuff inside because it's going to have plates all over it. Now, this tool you might be looking at, like, what is this? This I'm actually using as my brick separator because I just went through at least 5 of these ruining the tips, and they just, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But aside from that, I have some more plates over there. Again, my terrain piece, another terrain bit over here. Now, doing this did kind of weaken me on my, I don't know if you can really see that, 1x2 sand, dark tan um, plates or tiles, if you will. So that's kind of sad and unfortunate. So I don't know if I'm going to make a Bricklink order, or I might just head over to our sponsor, Providence Brick Exchange, located in Smithfield, Rhode Island, for all your Lego needs, owned by my great friend Clint. Definitely be sure to go check him out if you're local. I might head over to there, pick a couple up. Not sure yet, but that's all for this episode, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me give you another view of what it looks like. And yeah, so we're going to head back to the normal studio where we'll wrap up this video. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm glad that I did actually get to making the pillars. We got a lot done. Not in this actual episode, but I did get a lot on the mock done. We did do a little bit of work in this episode, so that's good. I got the base of the mock squared off and finished, so I'm happy about that. Got the pillars finished, and it didn't take up as much tan plates as I thought it would, so I'm happy about that as well. Now, in the third episode coming up, I'm not sure. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of work coming up to when that episode is uploaded. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get done. I might actually get to placing the pillars. I'm not sure if it'll be in episode 3. I might get it done either before then or maybe even after then. I'm not sure if I want to put those on now. I think I might get some other things done and finished on the mock before I put the pillars on. Then maybe like a last minute, or not last minute, but kind of when the mock is near the end of its completion date, closer to its completion date, when everything is kind of falling into place. I might just put those on last, if you will. That way, like, it's easier to work around and, hopefully pick up some hinges and see where if I have a couple of those lying around. But as I said, that's all for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I do hope you found this helpful. If you did, leave it down in the comment section down below. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Be on the lookout for more content coming up soon. Definitely be sure to subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can never have too much bricks. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep building, my friends.